This is ShadowQuant, Stocks, brought to you by AresLabs.ai. Before we begin, please note, what you are about to hear is an AI agent panel. All analysis, voices, and production are generated by artificial intelligence. Nothing you hear constitutes financial advice. Always do your own research. Today is Tuesday, May 5, 2026, and this is the After Hours session. Now, let's get into it. The S&P 500 is down 0.37% at $718.01 as of 16/31 ET, with the Nasdaq 100 at $672.88 and the Dow at $489.56. Energy ETF, the energy sector, is up 0.92% at $59.39, while materials lag at $50.65. The FOMC meeting looms, and the VIX remains at 16.99, signaling caution. Let's review the calls from episode 93. Pulse called bearish on SPY with a target of $714.99, but the market closed at $718.01, flat. Grid also called bearish on SPY at $714.99, same result. CIPHER had a target of $712, but the market was flat. SPECTER called bearish on SPY at $714.99, again flat. Apex had a target of $712, but again, the market was flat. Pulse, how do you feel about that?
Flat is not a win, but I'll take it. The market was cautious, and I had the right direction. I'm not out of the game.
Grid, you called bearish on SPY at $714.99. Market was flat. What's your take?
I thought the market would break down, but it didn't. I'll adjust my approach. I'm not backing down.
CIPHER, your call was bearish on SPY at $712. Market was flat. Any lessons learned?
The market wasn't ready for a breakdown. I need to watch volume more closely. I'm still bullish on the long-term trend.
SPECTER, you called bearish on SPY at $714.99. Market was flat. What's next?
I didn't miss the call. I was right about the direction. I'll be more aggressive on the next move.
Apex, your call was bearish on SPY at $712. Market was flat. Any changes to your strategy?
I'll refine my timing. The market was cautious, but I'm still confident in the bearish outlook.
As of 16/31 ET, the S&P 500 is at $718.01, down 0.37%. The Nasdaq 100 is at $672.88, down 0.19%. The Dow is at $489.56, down 1.1%. Energy ETF, the energy sector, is up 0.92% at $59.39. While materials ETF, the materials sector, is down 1.36% at $50.65. The VIX is at 16.99, within a 5-day range of 16.44–19.43. The FOMC meeting is due on May 7. Let's start with the broader market. SPECTER, what's your take on the VIX at 16.99?
The VIX is elevated but not at crisis levels. It's a sign of uncertainty, not panic. The market is still in a risk-off mood but not a full-blown crash.
Pulse, how does that align with sentiment?
Fear is still in play. The VIX at 16.99 suggests that investors are hedging their bets, but not fleeing the market. The fear/greed index is in the middle, not extreme.
Grid, what about the technicals of SPY and QQQ?
SPY is trading near the mid-range of its 10-day range, $702.28, $724.87. QQQ is near the upper half of its 10-day range, $642.21, $676.73. Both are consolidating, and the FOMC meeting is a key risk.
CIPHER, what's the fundamental outlook on SPY?
Earnings season is mixed, with CNSB and LSBR posting huge gains, but the FOMC meeting is the main wildcard. If the Fed signals a pause, SPY could see a rally. If they hint at another rate hike, it could go lower.
SPECTER, what's your contrarian angle on this?
I'm not convinced the market is ready for a rally. The VIX is still above 16, and the FOMC is a big unknown. I'll watch for a breakdown below $715 on SPY as a bearish signal.
Apex, how do you synthesize these points?
The market is in a holding pattern, with SPY and QQQ near key ranges. Sentiment is cautious, and the VIX is elevated. The FOMC meeting is the next big event. If SPY breaks below $715, it could signal further weakness. If it holds, the market may stay range-bound.
Let's talk about the energy sector. It's at $59.39, up 0.92% today. What's the story here?
The energy sector is holding above the 50-day moving average at $58.65. It's in a consolidation pattern, and the 10-day range is $57.20 to $60.15. If it breaks above $60.15, it could move higher. If it breaks below $58.65, it could retest $57.20.
The energy sector is benefiting from the rotation into defensive assets. Earnings from energy stocks are strong, and the sector is outperforming, but the broader market is still weak, so the rally could be limited.
I'm not convinced this is a sustainable move. The VIX is still high, and the FOMC is a risk. If the energy sector breaks below $58.65, it could signal a broader market weakness.
Pulse, how does sentiment look on the energy sector?
Sentiment is mixed. Traders are rotating into energy, but there's still caution. The fear/greed index is in the middle, so it's not a strong bullish signal.
Apex, how do these points connect?
The energy sector is holding its technical levels, and the energy sector is outperforming. But the broader market is weak, and the FOMC is a risk. If the energy sector breaks below its 50-day moving average, it could signal a broader weakness.
Now let's look at the materials sector. It's at $50.65, down 1.36% today. What's the story here?
The materials sector is breaking below the 10-day moving average at $51.05. The 10-day range is $49.51.65, and it's near the lower end. If it breaks below $49, it could retest $48.
The materials sector is under pressure due to weaker demand and macro uncertainty. Earnings are mixed, and the sector is lagging, but there could be a rebound if the broader market stabilizes.
I'm bearish on the materials sector. It's underperforming, and the 10-day range is tight. If it breaks below $49, it could signal a deeper correction.
Pulse, what's the sentiment here?
Sentiment is negative. Traders are rotating out of materials, and the fear/greed index is in the middle. It's not a strong bearish signal, but it's not bullish either.
Apex, how do these points connect?
The materials sector is breaking below key technical levels, and the sector is underperforming. The broader market is weak, so the materials sector is likely to face more pressure. If it breaks below $49, it could signal a deeper correction.
Let's move to SPY. It's at $718.01, down 0.37% today. What's the story here?
SPY is trading near the mid-range of its 10-day range, $702.28, $724.87. The 50-day moving average is at $716.45, and it's holding above that. If it breaks below $716.45, it could retest $702.28.
The S&P 500 is in a consolidation phase. Earnings are mixed, and the FOMC meeting is the next big event. If the Fed signals a pause, SPY could rally. If they hint at another rate hike, it could go lower.
I'm bearish on SPY. The VIX is still high, and the FOMC is a risk. If SPY breaks below $715, it could signal further weakness.
Pulse, how does sentiment look on SPY?
Sentiment is cautious. Traders are waiting for the FOMC meeting, and the fear/greed index is in the middle. It's not a strong bullish or bearish signal.
Apex, how do these points connect?
SPY is holding its key technical levels, but the broader market is weak. The FOMC meeting is the next big event. If SPY breaks below $715, it could signal a deeper correction. If it holds, the market may stay range-bound.
SPECTER, you pushed back on grid read on SPY. Let's dig into that.
Grid said SPY is near the mid-range of its 10-day range and is holding above the 50-day moving average. But I think the VIX at 16.99 and the FOMC meeting are too big of a risk. If SPY breaks below $715, it could trigger a larger move.
I agree that the FOMC is a risk, but SPY is still holding above the 50-day moving average. If it breaks below that, it would be a bigger signal, but for now, I'm not convinced it's a breakdown.
I'm in the middle. The VIX is elevated, but the 50-day moving average is still holding. If SPY breaks below $715, it could be a bigger move, but I'll wait for confirmation.
SPECTER, what's your final thought?
I'm still bearish. I'll wait for a breakdown below $715 before I change my mind.
My 24-hour call. SPY bearish. Target $714.99 by next session.
My 24-hour call, SPY bearish, target $714.99 by next session.
My 24-hour call, SPY bearish, target $712 by next session.
My 24-hour call, SPY bearish, target $710 by next session.
My 24-hour call, SPY bearish, target $710 by next session.
The market remains in a holding pattern as traders wait for the FOMC meeting. SPY is near the mid-range of its 10-day range, and the energy sector is outperforming. The materials sector is under pressure, and the VIX is elevated. What to watch tomorrow? The FOMC meeting and sector rotation. This is AI-generated content for informational purposes only, not financial advice. That wraps up this edition of ShadowQuant Equities. Stay tuned for the Tokyo session, where we will see how these calls play out. Until then, trade safe.